Best performers on the Nikkei was Nintendo stock, and I bet that doesn't surprise a lot of you. Shares shot up almost 25% following strong gains on Friday. The reason behind it? Pokemon Go. We know a lot of you downloaded over the weekend. It was one of the most popular and lucrative video games back in the 90s. Now, a new edition has become a massive hit for Nintendo. Our Jose Pagliery joins us with more. And Jose, this is just blowing up. Everyone I know is talking about this.
Yeah, they're playing outside, they're going out to parks, they're playing with their families at home, they're doing it while driving, they're doing it while kayaking. This is huge, and here's why. Nintendo has finally figured out the formula to get video gamers off their couch, outside, and actually interacting with each other. And they've done that by transforming this from the 90s, right, the Game Boy game, into something that you carry around with you. And so the huge deal here is that Nintendo's finally figured out how to augment reality. You pull out your camera, and this little creature appears in the real world, and it superimposes that image. And so there's this merging of real life and virtual life, and the result of that is that Nintendo right now is worth $7 billion more than it was last week. That's massive.
Which is astonishing. And Nintendo, let's remember, was the laggard. You know, they'd lost their mojo. The Wii was falling in popularity. I mean, we had so many conversations about this. So if they pull it off, this has got to be the comeback of comebacks. But you mentioned this crazy idea of people running around. It's sort of already had unintended consequences, hasn't it?
It has. It has.
This sort of new, foray into this for all of us.
It has, and it's expected. Okay, I mean, the game warns you right when you start. Be aware of your surroundings. Be careful. Keep your eyes, outside of your phone, not just on it. This weekend, I reported how there was a teenage woman in Wyoming who stumbled on a dead body because she was trying to find a water Pokemon in a nearby river. In Missouri, we hear reports about people who got lured by armed robbers because gamers can know where each other are, and so you can lure people closer to you. We're going to hear more of that, and that's inevitable because the video game world that's taking you outside is going to make you run into things that are outside. But what's really interesting here is that Nintendo's problem was always one about the medium, the console. They do games that are very magical. Kids love them, but they had a hard time trying to make people catch on, make the broader audience catch on. That's what Xbox and PlayStation had that Nintendo didn't. But the really big difference here is that they took a brand that's 20 years old. Pokemon was huge in the 90s. And now these players have grown up. They're in their 20s, 30s, and 40s. And now this game is for kids and them. And so it's a real broad appeal using mass technology that we've all got, and it's actually getting us to go outside and interact with each other.
And it seems that the adults are the sort of ones that already, I mean, my kid was asking for it, but the adults are the ones who right away picked up on this. I suppose a lot of people are going to be speculating about the broader implications of this beyond gaming as well.
Well, I mean, let's think about it. This is just a first iteration. I was telling a lot of my friends this weekend who were really impressed with the game, but I said, it's just the first iteration. This doesn't need to be a game. I keep waiting for the day when I can go hiking in the woods and pull up my phone and have the phone tell me what bird it is that I'm looking at, what tree it is that I'm looking at. And we're getting glimpses of this now. It starts with little kid games. It always does. 5 years down the road, this is going to be seen as a monumental first step into that world.
And we'll see if Nintendo can stay on the front edge of it. But, boy, that stock, investors liking what they're hearing today. Jose, so much fun. Thanks. I haven't downloaded it yet, but I'm going to. Thanks.